Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Thanks so much for joining me. Yesterday, we introduced practical resources for helping you or someone you love get started in recovery. Remember now, the goal in the first phase of early recovery is simply getting sober. But that's for the individual seeking recovery. How about the loved ones of that individual? Phase one recovery for the support system of those in recovery includes some of the following resources. I mentioned yesterday, and I'll mention again today, self-help support groups, including 12-step groups, can be very useful. Al-Anon and Nar-Anon come to mind. They're a great resource for loved ones, as are psychoeducational groups. For example, groups that address the science of addiction in the brain. You know, you'll find lots of these resources being presented or offered at local hospitals and churches. Oftentimes, there are multiple self-help support meetings a week, sometimes even each day, for the loved ones of those in recovery, and they're easily accessible. Plus, I don't want you to forget local therapists or recovery coaches themselves oftentimes provide process-oriented discussion groups to help family members of those in early recovery. But then there's the relationship itself, right? So there's support for the individual in recovery, there's support for loved ones, but let's not forget support for the relationship too. Here's, for example, I think where foundational couples counseling can be very helpful. I'm really going to underscore the word foundational. I'll have more to say about that. This is where the couple works together to identify the common enemy, it's addiction, and to fight that common enemy, which is addiction. Whatever the conflict or conflicts the couple has faced during active addiction, these are identified, and psychology or therapy calls it, they're then externalized, which just means the focus is on the problem of addiction, not on blaming one's partner or spouse as being a bad person. So the number one priority here is separating the formerly addicted individual from his or her previous addictive behavior. It's an incredibly important distinction to be made. In fact, let's take this last distinction here on the couples identifying and then externalizing the problem of addiction rather than blaming the formerly addicted individual. Let's take this emphasis here and ask ourselves for today's homework exercise. When was something you did mistaken for whom you are, and then you were blamed as being a bad person for a mistake that you made? Can you think of an example? What did that feel like to you? Let's see what comes up. Let's see what you discover. In the meantime, thanks again for spending part of your day with me here at the Vitality Project. Much appreciated. Until we meet again, please stay safe and be well, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow.